about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullet is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent...
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello and welcome to Sports Orbit, coming to you from the Leadership Podcast Studio. My name is Afa Achuan. Salifu Usman is also here with me. Salifu, welcome once again to Sports Orbit.
Yeah, as usual, it's always a pleasure to be on the Sports Orbit.
As always, on today's episode of Sports Orbit, we have an exciting and plenty of exciting stories for you as we go along in the show. But first, we'll begin with the news coming from the camp of the Super Falcons, who will be up playing against the Lady Elephants of Côte d'Ivoire tomorrow in the second leg of the African Women's Qualifier slated for July in Morocco. Recall that the first leg of that encounter, which held last week Friday rather, right here at the MKO Obiola Stadium, right here in Abuja, ended 2-0 in favor of the Super Falcons. And the Super Falcons are already in Abidjan, and they go into that game with a 2-goal advantage. And the eventual winner of this contest will be the team to make it to the competition proper. And the coach, of course, Coach Wande Waldrum, has come out to say that the Super Falcons will beat Côte d'Ivoire in Abidjan. He is very confident that, judging from what the Super Falcons did in the first encounter, that the second leg will just be to finally get the job done. Because as it stands, the Super Falcons are one leg into Morocco already. Except something exceptional happens, that will mean the Ivorians beating the Super Falcons by at least 3-0 for them to have any chance of going to the qualifiers.
Well, just Super Falcons, just one leg in Morocco and one leg in Abidjan.
Yeah.
So let's hope that the second, the mini leg that they have in Abidjan, they'll be able to leave that leg and take the 2 legs to Morocco. Well, of course, Randy won't do very sound confidence, say that they are definitely going to beat the Lady Elephants in their own home Abidjan tomorrow, and which is our desire, which is also our wish that we will be able to have achieve doubles over the Ladies of Elephants. But it is not going to be an easy task. There shouldn't be any sign of complacency that okay, we'll beat them to home 2-0 here. We'll just go to Abidjan and run them over, probably beat them again or who play draw. There should be sad because the Ladies Elephants still possess the trade, they still have to trade, and they can, nothing is impossible in the game of football. Having 2 goal advantage is not yet enough that will for you to just be relaxed and feel that you can go down now and get over the ball. If you watch judging from the first match played in Abuja here, the Super Falcons seem to have enjoyed some dominance over the Ivorian, but you can't completely underrate the Ivorian. Remember, if you recall the scenario that played out between them and between us and when we were on the road to Rio 2020 Olympic, that we couldn't make it to the Olympic. We played draw here and we get to the Global, and they beat us. So let's hope that just like Randy Waldrum correctly say, the girls of the Nigerian girls, the Spy Falcons, will be able to get the losing result. All they need is to ensure that the season concede more than 1 goal.
Yeah.
And we'll play the even concede.
Just avoid defeat.
Just avoid defeat. And if I thought they should be losing more than 1 goal, and we should not even wish that they should lose. The best thing is to go also, just like Rice says, they should also go for a all right victory against the Abidjan, and then progress made their place in Morocco. And remember, the Super Falcons are the defending champions, so they need to be in Morocco to defend the title and possibly win the title for the 10th consecutive time. So let's how it goes. When the Super Falcons are going to meet the captain. The captain is not going to be about level that the Swallow because they have enough. So we hope they will not miss in this competition in this match.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that one. That match comes up tomorrow in Abidjan, 4 p.m. Nigerian time, and we'll keep an eye on that one and see how it pans out. And hopefully, the Super Falcons will emerge victorious in that one. Moving right along to another World Cup qualifying story between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Black Stars of Ghana, where something actually happened on Saturday during a league game between Ashanti Kotoko and Hearts of Oak of Ghana, of Accra. Incidentally, these two teams are like two of the biggest teams in Ghana. And during the game, there was a case of some fans of one of the sides using some voodoo to ensure that they emerged victorious in that one. And after that match, a lot of Ghanaian fans have, some Nigerian fans also have expressed concern that if the Ghanaians are beginning to toe this way, then maybe they should also use it instead of using it against themselves. Why not use it when you come up against Nigeria in that playoffs? Maybe voodoo could be something that will work this time around to ensure that they grab the qualifying ticket. And Coach Osiagwawa actually want to be wary of this juju threat coming from the Ghanaians. But sincerely speaking, growing up back then, we've heard so many stories about how people do voodoo, juju, and all of that in football. But when we grew up, became sportsmen, sports journalists, we asked ourselves, if Nigerians or Africans are so good in juju, why hasn't an African country
win the World Cup?
been able to win the World Cup?
You just play football.
Exactly.
So why are we still going to the World Cup?
Yes.
It's not just lack of that. Go to the World Cup, play. Not here. It is not. It's funny and it doesn't sound sad funny. We have heard this kind of story where we're growing up, just like rightly saying. There's even a one particular story that where you hope that a goalkeeper will be at the goal. When you kick a ball, the goalkeeper will not see the ball.
Turn to a lion
all the ball will turn to stone or will turn to pam camel. Also all sort of different things have been played. And there also one particular Nigerian players who also time complained that that they was when he went to Senegal, they tried to tear his leg to put where one jumps inside his leg so that you shouldn't get injured. But let's be realistic. I don't believe in juju. I don't believe in juju can play football. But I wish if the Ghanaians can so believe that I advise them, let them forget about preparing for the
simple as that.
Let just hold on and just concentrate on the juju Super Eagles. All this fight you concentrate on your plan, keep on training, prepare your players, and then go to see why the Ghanaians let them focus on their juju and they'll be visiting from one strike to strike. I hope that the strike will come and play the game for them. But as far as in this part of the country where we come from, Nigerians, we are very faithful. Nigerians are very faithful, we are very religious, where both Muslims and Christians are very religious when it comes to prayer. We can pray and neutralize any form of attack or any form of spirit or any form
of believe in getting the job done on the field of play.
So whatever they talk, Nigerians will definitely get to the pitch and the job will be done on the pitch. We don't believe the job will be done on the soil or whatever job we do. And us in the Bible don't need to scare or don't need to worry about it. We are Nigerians, we are faithful people, very religious people. So we believe that football is played on the pitch and not played on the strike.
All right, away from that onto basketball, then where the stellar performance of Nigeria the Tigers at the recent FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup qualifying tournament has yielded dividends as the team is now ranked 14th in the world. I think it's a good development for the Tigers to be ranked 14th overall.
14th best basketball team in the world. You know, the Tigers, I can't stop commending those girls. What the kind of image they have created for Nigeria in the last 4 years. Those guys have maintained consistent level of performance, winning Afro basketball back to back, get to the World Cup in 2018, get into the quarter final of the World Cup, finish among the top 8, and now consistently went to the World Cup qualifiers, beating France, beating France.
Who were ranked number 4 at that time.
Ranked number 2 at that time, and because of that defeat, they defeated on
they're now number 5.
France has dropped down. Belgium has taken over to the 4th position. France has dropped down. So far, the Tigers have showed us, yes, they are the best team at the moment. They are the best team. Even the Senegal, who is coming second, the gap between them and Senegal is still very wide. And if you're looking at the table, Nigeria is even ranked in the basketball. Only Nigeria, the Tigers are ranked higher above the Great Britain, rank higher against the Portuguese, rank higher against the Brazilian, even rank higher against the Argentinian women ladies. So it shows that those guys need all. And if any love of basketball, the best you can do to this girl is to keep on encouraging them, is to keep on Jesus, do all you can to support them, to keep on going. Not you trying to demoralize their effort. Just as some of certain things that we are witnessing in the basketball federation, and some certain people, some certain people who are privileged to be in one position or the other, who have a link to them, who have a link or connection to work with this game, try to take advantage of them, or try to hold on what is due for them. It is not quite encouraging anybody, even at your own will, at your personal contribution. All the best you can do is to support this guy, to encourage them. Not if you can't support them, don't take away from them.
Because this performance, I must confess, is worthy of note. Because I can't remember last time any Nigerian team of any sport got to this kind of position in ranking. 14th in the world is not a small feat. And this is not football. Talking about basketball, where we know the kind of countries who are far above Nigeria when it comes to basketball. And these ladies have done their best, booked a ticket to the World Cup coming up, and are now ranked 14.
Looking at the tape yesterday, I was so amazed. Looking at the tape, I was so excited that God see Nigeria high above Great Britain, see Nigeria high against the Portuguese, the Brazilians, all the Argentinians are also good in basketball. Several top European countries, we see Nigeria higher in the top 40. And this game, if they maintain this consistently for the time, if they get to the World Cup and perform better, I see this guy dropping down to the top 10 in the world, and which is very realistic and very, very possible. All we need to do is to give them all the necessary encouragement, keep supporting this girl, give them all they deserve to, all they're asking, all what they're deserving to, so that they keep on growing and growing better and better. Because their potential is still, they are yet to reach their peak. From what I've seen, these girls are yet to reach their peak.
I agree with you. And going into the basketball tournament, where do you hope to see the Tigers at least perform? What do you? They might not win, but what do you think? At what level do you think you consider their participation a success?
When you're talking of the Sydney event, the World Cup was proper. Well, just like from what I've seen this girl so far, there's no any basketball team in the world that this girl cannot beat. If they get their act together and get prepared, they avoid of any distractions or anywhere. These guys have proved that they are team to beat and they are team to record. And there's no anything in the basketball world today. Even the best in the United States can't confidently walk to the the Tigers and say that they're going to be the Tigers. But the Tigers has proved that they are also among the best in the world. And if you are among the best in the world, it shows that they can beat any team. And they also, I think the Tigers also have, even though if I'm not saying even though not 50%, I can say that the Tigers also have 50% chances of winning the World Cup. But apart from, it also depends if the luck is on their side. If the luck is on their side, giving all the necessary support and there's no any form of distraction, the Tigers also have a 50% chance of winning the FIBA World Cup in Australia this year. It's very, very possible. But we can't say that it's not possible. Yes, they may have US, Australia to contend with, but these girls also have a chance to make it to be at least if they make to the quarterfinal, not be disappointed, but I can see this game if possible with all luck in hand, devoid of any form of distraction or any form of complaining here and there that in our user characters. I see this girl gets to the semi-final. Very, very possible.
I think so too. Kudos to the Tigers for that big lead in FIBA rankings.
These girls, if you look at these at them, for me, they are the best Nigerian sport men and women who have shown commitment. show that the Nigerian interests supersede their personal interest. Most of athletes will also only was sportsmen or any of Nigerian in any sector. You say that they owe them a kind of money, pray for 3 years without paying them, and still when they to play and want to play for the country. But these guys put aside all their personal interest, what they are being denied for years. I say no, this is our fatherland, this is our country. If you don't do it, we'll do it. They need to protect the image of the country. We went to the world, went to Serbia without even any form of protest, without any form of show, like what we see, we normally see in some of the Nigerian sport, either athletic or football. We went outside to go and protest. But these guys don't even show any sign whether there's any crisis or there's any issue at home. Concentrate on their basket, concentrate on their team, and give Nigeria all the best image that we can get. And today we are ranked 14 in the world. What other sector can it make sure that Nigeria can come 14 in the world?
All right, at this point, we'll go on a short break and then we'll come back. Sports Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome back from that short break. You're still on to Sports Orbit. Moving right along now, Chelsea goalkeeper and current FIFA the best goalkeeper of the year, Edouard Mendy of Senegal, has come out to say that he believes that he was snubbed for the Ballon d'Or simply because of he's an African. And recall that when the nominees for Ballon d'Or were handed out, he was the nominee, but the award eventually went to the Italian goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, actually. And a lot of people actually believe that Mendy was supposed to pick up that award, but somehow it went to Donnarumma. And I said, well, he's being an African, could be responsible. And I think even just yesterday in an interview, separate interview where Samuel Eto'o had speaking about JJ, he also said something like that. He said that he feels very sorry for people who rank Ronaldinho above JJ. He said, yes, he played with Ronaldinho, but what he knows about what Ronaldinho has done is what JJ did consistently for over 10 years. So JJ, he said, if that's what these things always happen when you're an African, he said the only reason why JJ is not put in that ranking is simply because he's an African. And I totally agree with him.
You can't agree less. Even in the case of men,
yeah.
Yes, I'm happy that I'm African. I'm happy that I'm African. Yeah. And for the first time, we have an African goalkeeper ranking so best number one in the world based on FIFA ranking. Yeah. So even though I also commend FIFA to recognize his effort that we have a goalkeeper from Africa, and even not even just an fact in the world, having a goalkeeper from Africa, keeping number one post in the Chelsea football club, in the Chelsea club, to me is a big achievement. We hardly have an African goalkeeper.
It's the first day to do so.
To do so, having the African goalkeeper mounting a Chelsea post is a big achievement. Even though they're giving the Ballon d'Or, and I can't. Yes, you attribute what he's trying to say racism to me, but you cannot agree less, but agree with him that God, the Ballon d'Or is being organized by France magazine, by a magazine in France, and these are Europeans. So these Europeans, they always have this habit of being this kind of extremism and all that. Even the Ballon d'Or has come into a question several times. People have begun to question the credibility of the Ballon d'Or because of the recent of the action of the recently. So to me, Mendy don't even need to worry about the Ballon d'Or. He's being recognized by FIFA as the best goalkeeper. So Ballon d'Or, no Ballon d'Or. by FIFA ranking. FIFA is the owner of football, and the owner of football say you are the best goalkeeper. So to me, he's been contented with that. He shouldn't even bother himself about the Ballon d'Or or anything. And to me, I congratulate the Mendy, and we urge him to continue what he's doing. I'm proud that he's an African. South Africa is coming from Africa, and not just Africa, in West Africa for that matter. So being the best goalkeeper in the world by FIFA ranking is a whole lot of achievement, and he shouldn't even bother himself. Hell with the Ballon d'Or or no Ballon d'Or, because Ballon d'Or has come into question severally.
Away from that now and moving on, where Super League rebels, we all recall some certain teams who are trying to form a certain Super League, but which included Barcelona, Madrid, Juventus, Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Man City, Tottenham. But after the English FA came down hard on the English clubs, they had to, basically the English FA came out hard, almost sanctioned this one. So this was completely pulled out of it. But Juventus, Madrid, and Barcelona are still wanting to still have a Super League going through the back door, and as a result of that, they're trying to organize some sort of invitational tournament in the United States, and which they are trying to also talk to AC Milan to be a part of it. Their reason is that they are hoping to raise funds to, cushion some of the effect that they suffered during the COVID-19, and they're trying to play, some kind of Super 4 tournament in the United States sometime in the year.
During the summer.
Yeah.
It's so unfortunate that those guys are wanted to just like the way you borrow from you through the back door, they still have their way. But I think UEFA will find it difficult this time to stop it because they are not targeting as a Super League. What they're trying to do just a friendly, which is allowed, which is allowed within the FIFA window, UEFA window, with the summer window, where club can go outside and play friendly. Remember, even the Barcelona and the before the advent of the COVID, Barcelona always travel to the United States to play friendly matches. And even they might also play friendly matches sometime like that. So I think, in as much as people are trying to link it to their standard to Super League, that it's because of that Super League idea that people are trying to link it this time. That, because they stopped them, they want to pass through the backbone and have a Super League in the US. But I think this time around, it's not tagged as a Super League. What they want to do is just a friendly, and which is allowed, which to me is genuine and it's allowed within the UEFA rule and whatever rule of football. Within the Super Club can also play one more match. So frankly, it's a fun game to play outside your children.
Away from that, yesterday some MPFL matches went down right here in Nigeria. About 4 matches actually, and it was Kano Pillars versus Abia Warriors. Kano Pillars finally got a victory in that one, 2-1 against Abia Warriors. And National United against Niger Tornadoes in the North Central Derby. It was National United 1, Tornadoes 0. Lobby Stars of Bakudi also were winners in that one, defeating Remo Stars of Ikene and National United Heartland. Once again, looking at Remo Stars, we spoke about Remo Stars here the other day. Since that unbeaten run stopped, looks like those defeats are beginning to come regularly now.
It's like the Gombe United have washed with their soap. So the Gombe United have taken out the whole soap, that the soap is no longer offshore. And at the same time, whenever they come to the north, they always now begin to find it difficult. So it's like Gombe United defeat has exposed them, and most of the coach are now begin to follow that format. What Gombe United used to defeat, they are trying to follow that same pattern. Just like yesterday, I was trying to read somewhere that where someone was trying to urging the Premier League coach how Côte was able to neutralize Man City, and other coaches can follow the suit that Man City can be easily beatable if you follow the Côte formula. So it seems that the Nigerian Premier coaches in the Nigerian League have understudied the formula by the Gombe United coach and try to now follow it. And now Remo Star have sworn unbeaten. The unbeaten team have suddenly become easily team to beat. After that loss, this is their third consecutive defeat. Almost 10 defeats. And it's unfortunate, but we hope they'll be able to find their shape again after they reactivate the show.
Exactly. Away from that now, quickly before we go, UEFA Champions League returns today, where It will be Chelsea versus Lille FC, then Villarreal against Juventus tonight. Those two matches will be played at the same time, actually by 9 p.m. Nigerian time.
Yeah, that's the class of the week. Chelsea, Lille will be very tight. Although if you're looking at it head of head, you say, okay, Lille will not stand on the way of
on paper.
On paper, exactly. Will not stand on the but Chelsea coach has come to worry that their top strikers, Lukaku is not his perform is not something to laugh about. So the man is so worried that you see how the Labour had to beat Crystal Palace and going to the Euro against his home team like a day. So the man is physically worried about tonight's match, but we hope that they'll be able to get the act together and get past the deal. It's very possible on paper, just like you said, but anything can happen. But if Leeds shock the Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, you shouldn't be surprised. And more importantly, that Thomas Tuchel has lamented that the form is particularly concerned about the form of Lukaku, and if Lukaku, who is a goal scorer, is not putting the best performance. So
it's something to be worried about, because after spending such huge amount of money to bring him back to Stamford Bridge, everybody thought he was coming back to tear the Premiership apart, but it hasn't been so.
And he actually hit the ground running, but unfortunately, since that interview and that comment has.
And it's not to know that in their last game, Lukaku, he had the less touches on the ball from any striker. Just 7 times. In fact, in the first half, he had just 2 touches on the ball after he passed the ball, and 1 time in the course of the game. That was all. So I think it's a source of concern.
Seriously, concern, not just the coaches. Even the fans are beginning to worry what has happened to Lukaku. But maybe they need to sit him down, talk to him, and find out the solution to him. Because if you like a player of his stature who has spent so much and you believe in him to come and deliver, and it's not delivering the goal, the coach need to worry.
The other game will be Villarreal versus Juventus.
Yes, I'll be glad to see Villarreal beat Juventus, most especially our own Sukuji, and also I want to see an action tonight and see how he'll be able to do the magic against the Juventus, but it's going to be a tough game for Juventus. But who say Amri guys and his boys can be able to do magic, and Juventus is very unbeaten. Juventus is no longer the Juventus we used to know, but they are very vulnerable now.
Yeah. So quickly, what are your predictions like for these 2 games?
This game are too very close to court, but I still see Chelsea winning against the French team, and then Villarreal, Juventus. Well, any result anything can happen there.
Okay. All right, we'll keep an eye on these 2 games. They come up at 9 p.m. Nigerian time today. Tomorrow we'll give you a review of all that went down tonight. Also, once again, thank you for being on the show today again.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
All right, until you come your way tomorrow again with another fantastic episode of Sports Orbit. I bring your host, Afa Acho, and it's goodbye from here.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.